What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are plasti-dipping the airbag emblem on my steering wheel. Ever since I plasti-dipped the two symbols on the front end of the car, you see it's staying together relatively well there. We got a little bit of gold showing through, it's no big deal. Since I did those the front emblem and the rear emblem on the trunk here, I've been wanting to do that one. So right now I'm about to disconnect my battery. In order to take off the airbag safely, you have to disconnect the battery. And that means getting into the trunk, taking out the spare tire so you can gain access to the battery so you can disconnect the negative terminal. So let's do that. So you can see we have the battery here. This is the plastic cover that's on the battery. That's easy to take off. You just simply pull it up and it comes right off. If these sides will stop latching. Need both my arms for this. Okay. Plastic cover off. Now you can see that terminal is the one we're taking off, and they're looking like, wow. See, I wanted to check corrosion levels too, and it looks like there's absolutely zero corrosion back here, which is great. It's a really good battery. There is, however, some moisture that's kind of concerning. I don't like that. May have to figure that out. That's coming from later. Okay. Battery terminal's taken off, so let's go into the car and take the airbag off. Okay, so now we're in the car. I turned my wheel upside down. This is the part we're trying to remove. We're trying to remove the airbag portion of the wheel, and in order to do that you have to access two latches on the back side of the wheel. So I'm gonna try and move my camera around. I don't know if you can see them, but there's one right here, there's another one right here. You got to get a small screwdriver in there, unlatch them, and then this will fall forward. So now, of course, we got the battery off. No power is working in the car. So the airbag should not deploy. That's the number one thing you want to avoid, is the airbag deploying. So let's get that done. Alright guys, so I got those two clips taken care of, and what we were moving with those were these tiny little pieces of metal here that latch on to these clips right here that hold the whole airbag on. So this is the whole airbag unit, and now we're about to disconnect some power harnesses so that we can take it to my back porch so we can get them plasti-dipped. So let's do that. Alright, so we got it off. These clips were very easy to take off out of the back. They're color coded, so they're easy to put back as well. So right now I'm going to take this to the back and plasti-dip this gold emblem so I can stop looking at it every time I'm driving. So it can finally be black and match everything else. Alright, so here we are back in the house. We have the airbag all messed up and taped up, ready to spray. And so I masked off all the chrome bits around the emblem, put it in a garbage bag, and then mask the tape over it so it will stay in place in the bag. Now we're just ready to layer on some spray paint. Not spray paint, plasti-dip. What do you think of that, Django? Yeah. Alright, well anyway, we're gonna go to the back and get to work. Alright, so here we are outside in the back. I know you guys don't see this area very often. There's not much to see out here. It's just a back porch in an apartment complex. But anyway, got your can of plasti-dip here. This is the same plasti-dip I used for my emblems. So I've just been standing out here for the past few minutes, shaking it up, getting ready to make that first coat. The surface looks fairly clean. It stays inside, so I'm not too concerned about plasti-dip not sticking. Making sure the masking tape is good. Look at that. And now ahead and make that first coat. See how it turns out. Alright, we may be hitting a small snag. It may not be that big of a deal, but I'll show you what's going on. So, I don't know if you can see, but the masking tape right up here is starting to come up a little bit. Now, I'm not spraying on too much to where it will run, and usually plasti-dipped is really good at not running, but I'm just hoping that I don't get any on the chrome bits under there. I'm going to try and stay at a good angle to where I don't get plasti-dipped underneath that thing, because I definitely don't want to deal with it on the chrome, especially if it's thin. I know this stuff you can peel it off, but if you put it on thin, it's extremely hard to get it off. I would have to get some kind of really fine sort of sandpaper or steel wool or something to get that off, but hopefully it will be fine. There's a little bit of overspray. I'm not too worried about it, as long as it's not an incredible amount to where it's noticeable. If it's unnoticeable, then that's good enough for me. But you know, just a little concern. You know, anyone out there that wants to try this, keep that in mind, because that might happen to you as well. I'm just hoping, and as I'm looking under there, it doesn't look like it'd be that big of a problem, but I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Alright, so there you have it, guys. Went ahead and plasti-dipped my emblem. I put on another coat of plasti-dip off camera. And now I'm just looking for any kind of gold spots, and I don't see any. So I think that's it. I think that'll be our last coat. And now we're just going to peel off all the tape and see what it looks like. And hopefully when it dries, we'll put it on the car and it'll look great. It'll match the rest of the emblems. Look at that. Look at how that turned out. Oh man. Alright, so there are some gold spots. Yeah. There's some spots I definitely could have done a better job on. I think what I did was I taped too far inward. But I might go in with my touch-up paint, see if I can fill in some of these areas. Cause other than that, it doesn't look bad at all. It looks really cool, actually. Especially when you look at it from a distance. Now this is going to be up close, so I'm definitely going to fill that in with some touch-up paint. But, you know, other than that, I think it looks pretty good. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this reinstalled back on the car, touch it up with a little bit of paint. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel. And as always, take care. Alright, well there you have it, guys, the final product in the car. It's looking pretty nice. I might go over it again with some touch-up paint to cover up some of that gold, but I'll do that at a later time. Alright, guys.